That's what it is. It's just about to turn 8 o'clock. Builder's supposed to be here for 8. But my mum and dad always try to get us up way too early because they're always far too early for everything they do. So they think we should be too early. So it's too early. Okay, so the men are due, so I thought I'd show you what the room looks like in preparation for them. Oh my goodness, my hair so badly needs a wash. And I've just shoved on the Tammy palette on my eyes and just a quick bit of foundation, lipstick, eyebrows. Yes. I just wanted to look, so I've got some blush on from the Glossy Box as well. Just wanted to look a little presentable. So let's look at the room. Okay, there's Doreen. Good girl, you wag your bum. Okay, you're a good girl, aren't you? Okay, so here we are. Room is empty, blinds are up. Get them to start on this part of the room first, and then they'll be able to move the furniture over and work their way over, or we can move the furniture and they can work over. Yeah. So ideally I'd like them probably to do that last time. I think I mentioned that. Anyway, that's what the room looks like. I will update you shortly. This is my mask. It's actually a reversible one. It's a Levi's one. I got an ASOS sale. And it's just like a paisley print on the other side. It's actually quite nice. So I've got that on for when I'm talking to the builders because, you know, COVID. Okay, so update. The builders double booked and they went somewhere else. Such is our life. And also the floor grates. We ordered them, got a shipment notification, just rang them and they're not in stock. So we're not having a great day so far. So we'll keep you updated. Hello. Slightly different makeup. I've just had a play with... I put weight on in lockdown. Well, cracking my tailbone and being laid up for 6 to 8 weeks did not help. And I'm not happy with how I look right now, but we're going to get there. I've lost 9 pounds so far. I lost 2 pounds last week, so we're heading in the right direction. Anyway, enough of that. So I've been playing with the Sunset palette from Beauty Bay. I really, really like that. So it's just messing about. It's nothing serious. I'm not an artist. I'm not a makeup artist. But I do quite like how that has turned out. It looks quite pretty. So I did that, and they're doing the floor, and yeah, part of the problem is the bay window is not damp proofed. If you've got a house, you'll know kind of what that means. But it's also a single brick wall when it should be a double brick. So basically they're just going to put some paving stones in the window, add some extra protection in the window, and then when I can afford it, when I'm working full time next year, fingers crossed because that's the aim, then I'll be able to replace the bay window and then get that done as a double brick and it'll be fine. We won't have any problems. So that's good. But they're going to have to replace the whole floor, so it's a hell of a lot bigger job than expected. But I had, to be honest, when I looked at it, when we took it up, because I've helped my dad with renovating, this is my 3rd renovation, and now I'm on my 4th with this house, really. This is my 2nd renovation of this house. We're kind of like, I did it 24 years ago, and so now we're kind of starting at the start again, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I have some understanding of building trade. So I have a little bit of, like, knowledge. So when we took the carpet up and I saw it, I was like, this floor needs to go. This floor is seriously messed up. And I'm not wrong. So bigger job than expected. But at least they're here and they're working now. I'm still waiting to hear about the grates for the floor, the vents, which are definitely a necessity. So we're just waiting for that company to get back to me. I hate this fatness here. I'm just not having a very good day, guys. I slept for about 4 hours. You know, when you've got that anticipation that you know you need to be up early, and so you can't sleep. I had that, and then I was up to the bathroom a million times. So I drank too much before bed because I just felt so dry because of all the dust during the day. Anyway, too much information. So right now I'm going to sit and I'm going to prep a lesson for my student. I prep using this book here and this one. So if any of you or anybody knows anybody who does A-level psychology and they're doing the AQA, there are 3 different sets of textbooks. I actually work from all three. And for prepping this lesson, I'm just going to work from these two. And then I do have some flashcards, which I tend to use during the lesson. And then I also have an exam buster by Tutor to You, which is really useful. And then I use the Research Methods Companion. So I have quite the library of books that I actually use to prep lessons, because although when I first taught, I was using the hair books, that's what they're called. They're the hair books, the mask books, and the cat and dog books. Yeah, so that's from the cat and dog range, obviously. And then obviously the first one I showed you is the mask range. This is the new version of the book. It's actually year 1 and year 2 in one book, which is really useful. So yeah, I use all 3 sets of books to prep lessons, because I find this one a bit busy and not quite detailed enough. The mask book is very detailed, but it's very text heavy. And then I really like the activities and like little question and answer sections in these, because they're really great for classroom activities. So yeah, I use all 3 to prep. So the one-to-one tutoring, however, is a little bit different because it's done online. I do 1 hour a week. So what I'm going to do for that this week is actually prep for statistical testing. So we did last week how you choose a statistical test, and this week we're going to go through the statistical tests. Statistical tests, say that 6 times fast. So yeah, I've got to prep my lesson for that, so I'm going to spend the day doing that, and then I'm going to take a look. I've got to chase up a DBS certificate. I've got to do that. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of admin to do, and I've got this prepping of this lesson. As long as I get this lesson prepped today, it means tomorrow I can crack on with my students' notes, all of last week's and then some of this week's, and then work on Thursday, finishing the rest of his notes. So he's got 2 weeks worth of notes in one go. So there's that. Yeah, so my student support sessions, I don't think I discussed it. They're a one-to-one session, and it kind of is up to me and the student how that pans out. Do we meet? What do we want me to do? Am I going to be photocopying or doing stuff in the library? What am I going to be doing, essentially? But we've actually just been holding the sessions online or on the phone. Last week, the student that I do the notes for had a lot of issues. He's actually resident at the university, and he's just moved in, and he had a lot of issues that I had a few problems with. So I just got in touch with a particular part of the university, and I got somebody to get in touch with him and resolve those issues. And I got a thank you email off him, so that was nice. So I did spend some time on doing that for him. And then the other 2 students, we just kind of, one of them is a Skype, and then the other one I did on the telephone last week, and I'll probably do on the telephone this week. All of my students are visually impaired, which is why they need support for university, just with some of the activities, some of the note taking, sometimes library searches, photocopying of books and things like that. So yeah, I really enjoy it. It's really rewarding. I'm really enjoying like chatting to these students on a weekly basis and just kind of catching up. And I think it's been quite therapeutic for them as well. It's somebody outside their family and friend circle that they can kind of talk to, vent some of the problems about the education system at the moment, as is the state of it at the minute with the pandemic and everything. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do now. So I'll prep that, and then I might just show you the PowerPoint slides, a little bit of them, when I'm kind of finished, because I do a PowerPoint and then I work from that. The way my student works best is that she likes to be lectured to. So she likes for somebody to talk and then give like examples, and then do a little bit of question and answering, but more focus on the lecturing. And so that's how I prep them, and then I'll kind of show you what the PowerPoint looks like at the end. And then I've got Office 365. I pay $5.99 a month to get it. It's really, really useful for me, however, because obviously I've got the note taken, I'm prepping my own lessons, and then I'm going to be actually teaching in a college as well. So I'm going to be teaching second year A-level students. That's psychology as well, but it's a different exam board, which is Edexcel. So I've got the textbooks for that as well. So yeah, I'll have to start prepping those lessons. But I'm going to be teaching 2 classes, but both A-level students. So it's the same material to both classes. And the module that I'm going to be taking them for is the criminological module. So that'll be interesting, actually. I've not taught Edexcel before, so I'll just have to get used to the format. It's assessed slightly different. AQA is like all exam based. It looks like Edexcel actually has some in-class assessments as well as an exam. So yes, there's that. So yeah, just quite a bit to get used to, really. Just the two different exam boards. It's fine. I enjoy doing it. I love the subject. But of course we've got the floor going on at the same time, and then we're going to be renovating the front room, as in staining the floor, painting the walls. We also are going to get rid of these drawers that are up here because we're going to put the bookcase up here instead. These drawers, most of them don't open properly. It's not just from when we painted them. When we actually did them, the wood had swollen quite a lot on them. I've had them for 24 years. They're really beat up by now. They weren't new when I got them, so I think it's just time for to let them go, really. So I'm going to take the knobs off them because I can probably sell those. Because they're the crystal type knobs, so we will take those off, get rid of them, and it's actually going to create a nice walkway, much more space in the makeup room, so I will certainly share that with you also. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I'm going to get on with this PowerPoint and I'll show you when I'm finished that, and then hopefully I'll be able to show you a little bit more of what's going on in the front room. Also, I went off on a complete tangent there, but what I was trying to say about Office 365 is that I have it on my iPad as well as my laptop. So it's really useful because I can kind of do things on the go. It also means that I can store the PowerPoints that I actually create on here on my laptop in OneDrive, and I can use them on the go on my iPad. So it's really, really useful for that, because I teach using the laptop because I use Skype, and then I can have a PowerPoint on my iPad, which means I can have both things going at the same time. So yeah, that was the point that I never got round to.
Hey, Billy! Come on, up, out. Billy!
So this is where we are. Floor up.
Get out of there.
New joists are in. Ripley! And we are about halfway over. And they definitely needed replacing. All these joists have had to be replaced. So yeah. So that's all we can do today. Nothing we can do until they get the floor down tomorrow. So once the floor is down tomorrow, we can put a settee across. And then they can do this half of the room. So that is it for today. Sorry I look rough. I had a stressed out moment. Okay, anyway, that's it for today. So, see you tomorrow.